So let's get Waspinator, almost that Scorponok, transformed into his bug mode. So what you want to start off with, you want to close up the chesticle right here. And then afterwards, what you want to do, get the head removed a little bit. Then come in here and hold this back piece here, because you want to pull out these tabs here. Then afterwards, what you want to do with this whole thing is just rotate it down like so. Rotate this up, and then this tabby right here goes into that slot right there. So you want to basically make sure that the head stays straight, and you want to take this and tab this whole thing in. After that, we can come here to these legs, and what you want to do with the arms up here, you want to rotate them so that the bug legs are backwards, and you got the mushroom pack basically facing you, because what we want to do is you want to rotate this in, also fold the hand, or rotate the hand so that it's sitting like that. So rotate this in, but also rotate the head. And then afterwards, what you can do with this is just like keep it in like so. Push it all the way in until you get something like this. So Waspinator likes himself a little bit of deception, I see, because I saw the giant tabs on the arm and I was like, ooh, they tap together. No, instead what you actually have to do is rotate this down, and there's actually a little tabby here that goes to a slot right there. So basically what you want to do, you want to rotate this down and then just find the slot and tab it in. Do the same thing for the other side. Just find your hole and put your thingy inside. You know how it works, right? It's not really bees this time around, though. Anyway, what you want to do then with this is you want to untab the waves from here, and then you want to rotate it around all the way in the back there. Just get it all the way around, and then there's a tab here that goes in there into a slot right there. I don't know if the camera picked it up, but anyway, you want to basically take this whole thing and just tab it in, give it a nice little push. Afterwards, what you want to do with the feet here is you want to fold the heel and the front of the foot in on itself, and then you want to make sure that the waist is correctly adjusted. Then what you want to do, oh no wait, these actually hook onto the arms, my apologies. We basically want to hook this onto the arms. That is why those giant tabs were there. They were not there just for sightseeing, but they were actually there to tab this whole thing together. Kind of, even though the tab's not necessarily strong enough, doesn't necessarily feel like it wants to stay. But then you want to rotate the bug legs around, obviously. Then afterwards, here we have, well, actually, you want to fold the feet up as well. But then here we have good old Waspinator in his wasping mood. So let's get Waspinator back into his robotic mood. So what you want to start off with is you want to take the legs here and untab them from in here if they really want to tab in at all. And then afterwards, you want to basically rotate this whole thing out like so, because normally it was like so. So you want to rotate it out like so. This will allow you to then take the legs here and untab this green piece in here, the crotch piece, or future crotch piece. You want to untab that from the back here, which actually has a really tight grip. God, that was tight. I even pulled off the wing, but that was tight. Rotate this around, and then also you can fold the two talons here back, and then the foot forward in order to fold out the foot entirely. Man, I do not like the fact that that is so tight in there. It really required all of my tiny puny power. Also, let's get this bad boy back attached right here on his back. There you go. And now that we have this whole thing like this, we're gonna have to wait a little bit, because now we gotta deal with up here. And apparently this arm already untapped. So what you want to do is you want to push the arm off to the side to untab it from in here. Then afterwards you can rotate the shoulders up here, out, and then we'll deal with the arms later. You can just straighten them out, kind of get them out of the way, because now we basically have to deal with the rest of this stuff. So what you want to do here is you want to untab this back piece from in here by pushing on the head forward. Then afterwards what you want to do, push this backwards. But before we do that, I will show you guys that there's a tab here and a tab there that are going to slide into that slot right there and that slot right there. So basically what you want to do is you want to align this whole piece here and tab it in. That will kind of keep things locked into place, and I guess during the robot mode segment, that is what kind of got out of alignment. Then afterwards you can fold the head down, then take this whole thing here and rotate it up, and then this tab here is going to slide into that slot right there, the tab there. So you want to basically tab this whole segment together, get the legs rotated. You can even just rotate these bug legs off to the back or up. I like to just rotate it up and to kind of get it out of the way of everything. There you go. Then you can rotate the arms down and basically move everything around until it is sitting at the good spot. So basically make sure you get that elbow bent and the yellow is facing you. Rotate it around, and then also rotate it around like so, and then rotate it around like so to get that whole thing. And then afterwards we come to a bit of an annoying part, personally. and that is we have to split the bug head. Why did you fall off exactly? And then after all of that bad boying stuff is said and done, when we get this bad boy standing, which can sometimes be a little bit of an annoyance, a nuisance if you want to, we can say here we have Waspinator back in his robotic mood.